Hi YouTube, Folio Society reviewer here today to showcase Kindred by Octavia E. Butler, illustrated by James E. Ransom and introduced by Tananarive Du. And I apologize if I pronounced that name wrong. While at college, Octavia Butler reportedly overheard another African-American student angrily criticizing previous generations of black men and women for being subservient to whites who claimed to own them. This became the seed of an idea that would lead to Kindred, an attempt to understand the unthinkable, to place supposed subservience in the context of desperate survival. In the story, it is 1976. Dana Franklin is an aspiring writer living with her white husband in Los Angeles. In 1815, Dana is a slave, her life as brutal and precarious as any black woman in the South. Again and again, Dana is ripped back through time to save the life of Rufus Whalen, the son of a wealthy slave owner in Maryland. For reasons neither of them can understand, their lives are inexplicably bound to each other in blood and pain and Dana's decisions. Trapped in a past where she considered little more than property will have far-reaching consequences for her and her own ancestors. The production details on this are it's bound in block paper, set in Columbus, 296 pages, a frontispiece and 6 color illustrations, including 1 double-page spread. Has a printed slipcase and measures 9.5 by 6 1/4 inches. So as you can see, it has a really cool cover and a really cool slipcase to it. A nice printing on it. It is a standard slipcase. One thing that is a major downside to this is the book fits very tightly in the slipcase. I was shaking it with 2 hands and it was very hard to get it to come out of its case. Now I found if you shake it and you kind of wiggle it from left to right as you shake, it comes out very easily. So it really isn't as big of a deal as I'm making it sound if you just kind of use that technique. It'll come right out. But just going up and down, it's not going to come out easily at all. So there's the case, standard thickness, but it's printed on both sides with that illustration. Has a really nice cover. One of my favorite parts of this book is the cover and how it has that silver and that blue hand in hand. Definitely wish it was cloth bound though, especially for the price. And it has a nice spine. Looks really nice on the shelf. Nothing on the back. So let's jump in. No fancy end papers, which is a bit of a letdown. And there's our frontispiece illustration. The nice thing about it is these are printed on the textured paper, which I really like. So they do have a special paper for the illustrations. You can see her holding the arm there. Look at that. And you'll have to decide if you like the illustration style. It looks like it's watercolor possibly. So that takes a lot of talent to do. It's not my favorite illustrator from what I've seen, but I think it's very good still. So it was printed in Germany on Abbey wove paper, which is a great paper. So here's our first illustration. So I really like this one. If you've read the story and you think a lot of it, please leave some comments. I think if you're interested in a nice gift edition that is beautiful quality, this is the one to pick up. And there's our next, where I'm guessing that's Dana, but I don't know. It's hiding from people who are trying to find her. And here's our double page spread. You can see everybody standing back while he's whipping, which of course was the seed to the idea of how could people just stand back and watch this stuff taking place. I love that Folio Society is publishing Octavia Butler's work, and they are trying to publish African-American authors and use African-American illustrators too. What a scary scene this must be. And a depiction of the horrible slaves in chains, which is just, it makes me feel so much sorrow just looking at it. It's just horrible thinking about it. And the last illustration. I'm not sure exactly what this one's getting at, but I haven't read the book, so if you've read the book, I'm sure this makes perfect sense to you. But that's it for illustrations. Overall, my personal rating on this is a 3-star out of 5. I wish it was bound in cloth. That could probably bump it up, or some buckram, but the paper binding and the slipcase being kind of hard to get it out of, and no special end papers kind of bumps it down a little for me. But if you're interested in a great story, I definitely think this is the one edition that you want to get. So if you decide to purchase it, please leave me a comment. Let me know that you purchased based off the showcase so I can cover some more content. And let me know what you think of the story. Thanks a lot, guys. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe.